Hello.
And Dimos.
What's going on?
So, besides getting all this all set up so that we have better cameras and views and dynamic video, etc., what have you guys been up to this week?
Mostly WoW. Oh, I got to see ABBA in concert, sorta.
Cool.
It was awesome. It was great. Yeah. And yeah, pretty much doing some spring cleaning around the house and playing WoW. That's what I've been up to.
How about you, Dimos?
Been breaking my computer and messing with that. Got a new computer coming on the way, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff in Guild Wars and
You guys are busy. Looking forward to when we get to what we did this week.
yeah.
Yep, I've been busy. I've been getting so little sleep. Yeah. And tomorrow we're going down to Harper. We're going down to your neck of the woods.
You?
Tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, we'll be in Houston looking.
Oh, nice.
First appointment set up for tomorrow evening.
Oh.
So then we've got like 3 days. We'll be down there. Hopefully it'll take 1 or 2, and I can come home. Back up
Nice.
here, you know.
Well, if you guys want to hook up for lunch, let me know.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I've got your number, so I can give you a call.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Scriv, you're awfully quiet, according to the chat room.
Awfully quiet.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
So
have
you
to
need
talk
to.
a little bit more.
Because remember how you had to fix it last week? That's the same problem they're
Is that a
having.
little bit better now? Can they hear me?
Can you guys hear him?
No, yeah.
I'm waiting on a response. It looks like everyone's trying to turn you up.
Okay, cool. That's just me. I got to talk a little bit
Quiz-
louder. Maybe I'll turn the game up.
Quiz says she can't hear you.
Can
That
not hear me.
yeah, he's about that you're
How's that
about.
now? Is that a little bit better? Can you guys hear me now?
Okay, Cirrhosis can see and hear you. You're better.
Okay, I turned the gain up a little bit so you may hear other noises around the room.
And there
Or
is
dogs, babies.
a lag too.
A little bit. To me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or to
Yes.
everyone?
Dymo, say something.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, there's a lag
Mm.
by about 10 to 15 seconds.
Okay. All right. Between what we're talking and when we're saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear your voice before I see you talk.
Well, you will because you're on live with us.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. All right.
Okay.
With that, let's go ahead and jump into the news real quick.
Yes, let's. What's going on with Guild Wars 2?
Hey, and here are your hosts
Forgot.
with news from the games we love. Now let's talk Guild Wars 2. Wow. Somebody's impatient.
All right, with Guild Wars 2 this week, Colin Johannesson posted a blog about outlining the what we can expect for Guild Wars 2 in 2013. He threw out some, well, it was a big post, so I'm going to basically do highlights, expanding on the achievement system and its rewards. It sounds really awesome with the new, they're called Lorales now, and that's what we're going to get instead of Karma, I think. No
Really?
new gear tier between Ascendant and Legendary, of course.
What? No gear grind? What?
Well, not for
How can you do an MMO like that?
2013.
All right.
So maybe, for the expansion. Anyway, new guild mission content. They said that they have 4 to 5 different types of content coming that'll be like getting guilds to go out in the world and activate some kind of missions or something like that. I don't really know. They didn't go into much detail. Redesigning boss encounters. It's much needed for especially the world boss stuff. New reward and prestige systems for Worldly World.
Mm-hmm.
And they also said something about where they want to make the final score not the only reason for, motivation to go out and win in
Right.
Worldly World. Also, they're going to be revamping the SPVP reward system, and then they're going to include spectator modes. They're going to be doing they're trying, like I said, they're trying to get the esports thing going. So they're trying to implement like cash prize tournament type of stuff, make it a big deal.
Nice, nice.
And then, of course, guesting will be coming available on the 28th. So if you're not on the server, you might want to move back if you haven't, and because then you'll have to pay for it. And then
I
they
am
had
back on the server. So yay, I did that last night. Woohoo!
Yep. And then they had a developer question and answer live stream on the 17th, and that had a ton of details out of it. And
Okay.
yeah, I posted on the forums, so check it out.
Nice. For World of Warcraft this week, we had announcement of 5.2. You know, changes keep rolling through.
Oh yeah.
In the 5.2 with the patch as they're getting ready to it. We don't think it's going to actually drop until sometime in March-ish area. Big PvP changes announced this week. The 2200 rating to purchase gear, which or that rating you've needed for PvP gear to get the highest level PvP gear is going away. It's being replaced by basically a conquest point gate, meaning you can buy the sword after you've earned 22,000 conquest points, or whatever it is, 6,000 or something like that. So they're kind of taking out the rating at all. So they're saying the more that you do PvP starting in a season, you'll be able to get your gear faster, right? You're hitting your weekly cap. Now,
That's awesome.
One of the other things they're doing that's actually really cool is that they're taking out. They're going to bring a new tier of PvP gear in with 5.2 called the Tyrannical Gladiator set. Now, what they're going to do is they recognize that a lot of people currently in the arena seasons will go in and get their rating up high in the beginning, and then they stop PvPing because they don't want to lose rating. It's like, I want to finish the season at 2,500, 26, whatever. And so they said what they've decided to do, or what they're going to do, is they're making it a little more dynamic on the ranking through the week, or through the season, sorry. And so players who come in during the middle of the season would normally be at a disadvantage if everybody has a cap of, I don't know, 1,500 or 2,000 Valor or Conquest points. So what they've decided to do is, the further you go into the season, the higher your ceiling cap is, so that it balances out. So if in a season a player could get 100,000 conquest points, then a player who comes in halfway through the season will have a higher conquest cap, so that by the end of the season they can also hit 100,000, which will allow them to actually PvP more during the week and catch up in gear.
That'll be good.
Rating. Yeah,
I think
so
that's
it's
nice.
kind of a really dynamic system. It kind of helps balance it out. So even if you come in, 3/4 of the way through, you're going to have this huge 10,000 conquest cap on top of what you normally would have, as opposed to a player who's been playing the entire time. And the object of the whole thing is to balance the gear out. So it should be pretty good.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
And also, non-healing spec hybrids will now benefit 25% more healing from PvP power. In live, they benefit 0% at this time. So that's a pretty big boost as far as, like druids, kitties, and shamans, and, just all that stuff. And but this is coming from the PTR, so as we know, that can change. If they find that that's way too
every couple of days.
Yeah, if they find out that's way too overpowered, they will, knock it down or try to localize it, where it's a little bit better, or equalize it, I should say. Also in the PTR, they're reworking bonuses. They're reworking and reworking and reworking the set bonuses for the tier 15 gear. They're just in a constant state of being tweaked. I mean, I could probably go on for the next 2 hours about it, but also the new class abilities that they're giving, like the monk, the elemental powers, the earth, wind, and fire powers from, is it the Windwalker? I think that's what it's called. Monk, the DPS monk. They're trying to tweak that because they're trying to make it where it's not so overpowered, not too underpowered, where people want to use it. And then also like the druid mushrooms. I think I mentioned last week that they're as big as a player right now when they get fully charged. And then when they explode, they like overheal like crazy, and it's just overpowerness. So they're, yeah, the mushrooms heal. If you're heal spec'd, they heal. If you're DPS spec, they damage. So, but anyways, they right now they're just doing massive healing numbers. So of course that's going to be dumbed down quite a bit. And they're still working on that. They still haven't, picked the magic number for that. And really, just basically, everybody needs. If you're interested in that, just keep checking the Blue Post News and see what they're posting, because they're keeping everybody updated as much as possible, and they are using your feedback to help them. So if you played in the PTR and you've experienced some things, they want to know, because they are trying to get everything as organized as possible. They've said it several times. So, anyways, what about the secret world?
Well, in the secret world, the end of the world event was done this week or this past week, and they said they were going to reward players who contributed the most to the event. And I think I talked about it on an earlier show.
You did.
The whole thing, the way that the event worked was, you're running around the world and these Mayan zombies are spawning. They just spawn, and then they start, once they get going, they keep spawning until you get to the end, kind of the boss. And I mean, you can kill as many of them as you want, up to whatever level you want, based on your level, your quality level or whatever, until you got to the boss. And soloing the boss, I guess some combinations could do it, some couldn't. It wasn't. I usually just left them there. But what they did was, if you were in the top 1,000, then they gave you a unique pet called a hatchling. And I didn't know what it was, and I didn't figure that I was going to be in the top whatever. So I wanted to see what this was, this hatchling. Well, I logged in, and surprisingly, that week that I put in a good hard week of Secret World in the event, and I killed lots and lots and lots of zombies, I guess, enough to do. I got a hatchling. So I logged in, and I'm like, hey, cool, let me claim this. And it said a little claim. I claimed it, and it is the best pet you can possibly get in the Secret World right now.
Can you screenshot that, man? Put it on the website?
I can't do it right. Yeah, I'll put it on the website.
Cool.
So yeah, I have an Akab pet now, and that's awesome.
I hate
the
mobs.
biggest pain in the ass.
Yes, they are.
All the Secret World mobs, they will chase you halfway across the zone.
Oh yeah.
They don't stop. They just keep coming.
And
So
if you
it's pretty
get
cool
multiple
to do
ones, that's
Mhm.
even worse with the charge on them.
Yeah, you gotta get that dancer, and you can dodge. It's a game with an active dodge.
Yeah, yeah.
You'd have that down. Guild Wars too.
Oh yeah. Well, I got my vigor up, so.
They also confirmed that there will be no downloadable content in January. So I know will be a little more casual this month, as I've done all the downloadable content or the issues up to date. So it's good that they confirmed that. They continue working on the game and adding more stuff in there. I have yet to hop into the new PvP, but I will here in the next couple of weeks, so I can report back to the show on what that is. I hear Fusang's actually pretty good now. So
Tight.
in SWOTOR, I looked at that this week. I know Game Update 1.7 is going to be dropping soon. Now, this is interesting because it's allowing players to go back to Ilum, or have a reason to go back to Ilum. There's a mysterious Gree ship. I don't have a screenshot of a Gree. That basically named the Grey Secant, actually, as rumored to be a major boss in the heart of the ship. It's kind of a recurring event that goes on and on and on and on. And the rewards that you get from
Sounds
this
kind
event,
of like Aeon's Dredgion.
maybe I don't know. What was that like?
Well, that was like it was a PvP arena type thing. Well, it was just a battle that lasted till the main boss in the ship died, and
it could be. It could be.
and it was really cool. I mean, and you got lots of I forget what the points were, the PvP points in that game, but you got lots of points for that. Which were awesome, and so and you could have a chance to get some good drops and money and stuff. So it was
Well, it
PvP.
sounds like it, because they
Yeah.
said that what's available in that whole area is some where's my notes? Also coming up is a advanced weaponry and armor appearances. So we don't know about the weapons, but the appearance, I guess it's something new. So it's another appearance you get to skin on or do those kinds of
Cool.
things. Probably some orange gear that you could switch all your stuff.
Did
over
you say
into.
this is an Ilum?
Yeah, on Ilum. It's going to be way off to the side, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Huh.
on Ilum.
Remember how
Because
fail
Ilum-
that Ilum
yeah,
was?
I've been leveling my sniper, and I have not gone. I have no reason. Well, I can't go there yet. I'm still only like 25 or 6 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Ilum was terrible, man, when players got out there. Oh, like
It's
the
horrible.
frames per second.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know
that
what
part.
I don't know what
Yeah.
they're gonna do now because they've condensed the servers down. So.
Yeah, that was. Remember when people used to stand there and farm each other for?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That was so crazy.
trade.
I guess it was effective. All right, so with Defiance, some decent news this week coming from them. They had their first beta weekend over the weekend, and of course, players were under the NDA, and so they they can't talk. Anyway, pre-orders are now available, posted today, that they've actually got standard or deluxe digital download versions, and then for physical copies, they got the standard, collectors, or ultimate. But every single one of the copies, either way, it says no subscription. And then with the ultimate, it says that you'll be given a free downloadable content season pass. So
Oh, okay.
That sounds good. No
Yeah,
sub
it doesn't
is
sound bad at
cool.
all.
They needed to put that as a no sub game. Bottom line, I mean, it's not going to go anywhere if it did if it did get a sub. You know, I mean, if it did have a
Yeah, I
sub.
think I agree with you there.
I
Yeah.
think we called it, gosh, what, 6 months ago when we said
Mhm.
that
Oh, yeah.
subs are going away, and I'm pretty sure that that's the way it's going to be, which is great.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
about time.
Well,
It
I like
really
the
is.
whole idea with you know, even if Guild Wars had it where we had to pay for downloadable content, I'd do it. I mean, that's
Yeah.
cool with me.
Yeah.
I like to pay for
Well,
what
I know with
what I want.
yeah,
I agree. No, I agree with that.
with the original Guild Wars you had to, so I imagine with Guild Wars 2, they're not going to make you pay for the
No,
next
for the expansion, I'm sure they'll make us pay for an
Okay.
expansion.
Yeah, which I would be happy to. So,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, like Aeon has a really good free to play model.
Mhm.
Guild Wars 2 has an awesome free to play model where you can buy stuff from the store to do different things, but I hope that they continue to
Well,
follow
even
suit
the
from
Secret
there.
World now, the way that they are with the buy to play, I like that too.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't affect
Absolutely.
me as lifetime, but
Yeah.
for anyone else, it's. I mean, if you want it, you want it. And the thing is, the game runs whether you buy the downloadable content or not.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
so you could buy episode 6 and not episode 5, and episode 5 is just not available to you, but 6 would be. So I mean, it goes right on top of the game.
Well, that's cool.
So it's kind of cool, yeah.
Speaking of
You
free
buy
to
the stuff you
play,
want.
Terra is going free to play in February.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I'm actually going to download it on this new computer since, as we all know, mine caught fire last year. And so I'm going to put that on my machine and probably log in and see what's going on with that. All accounts were activated this week for old players to try out the new goodies. So I may log in and see what's up.
I did.
What
I
and
logged in, checked it out. Jumped on my berserker, spun around a few times, did a thunderstrike, and logged back out.
there you go. Well, I have 2 healers
Had
leveled
to
in
change
that
my
game.
name.
You changed your name? You had to?
Yeah, because I was like Scrivian86, and then I changed it to Scrivian because I didn't think anyone would
Oh.
take it. So
Gosh, I guess Hex
was
is
good.
gone. Dang
So
it.
it's on another
I'm
server
betting.
now, right?
yeah, they've consolidated it down to 3 servers.
Oh well.
Yeah, as a reminder, the servers have been reduced, as you said, to 3, one of each PvP, PvE, and RP. This means that your guild may have a forced name change when you finally do log in.
Yeah,
So-
Tempest is taken on PvE server.
Is it our Tempest, though?
No, we're listed as Tempest _FR from Frostreach. No, this is another Tempest, somebody else. They got a lot of members. I mean, it looks like they got a lot of members, but in some
When they merged though, did they
not so cool logo.
did they keep all of our stats and stuff?
Yeah, you got it. You have everything. You've got everything.
Mm.
Well, I don't think we're probably not a level 3 guild anymore. I'm assuming. I thought there was decay on that.
I don't remember. That's a good question.
It might.
I
Yeah.
bet there was decay. I think there was decay.
Yeah,
And,
because there was
I mean-
upkeep costs, right?
Yeah, there's upkeep for everything. And then I think the other thing is I looked at a developer release this week, and they talked about they have some changes coming to the Van Ark system. That'd be more reason to run for Van Ark. Remember we were arguing about that, saying why should we run for Van Ark? It ended up
Right.
costing more than we were getting out of it as a guild. We were one of the top guilds, and it was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, not necessarily worth it. I don't know if we want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely
And then,
wasn't
but they
worth
said they're
it.
making some changes to it to make it worth it a little bit more to your guild. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cool when we
The
when we
first
put,
time
you know,
was
put the
really
Tempest-
cool.
The Tempest banners were up and all that stuff. It was pretty cool.
And we had the best location ever for
We
the
did.
first time.
We
So
did.
that
smart.
was a really good campaign, and it was fun, and yeah, people knew us on the server. It was awesome.
Yep, another game. Arcade put its U.S. site up, or actually its North American, European site up. The English site is up, and apparently it mirrors pretty closely the Korean site, but it's all in English. The videos are in English, and I have to tell you, it looks good.
It looks
The system
crazy.
Looks good. I mean, just.
It does.
I mean, I don't know how much of an impact it's going to have on. I mean, how many Tempest people we're going to probably recruit from within the game. I think we'll probably go with the Guild Wars 2 model that Dymo set up. But it is amazing. I know we're not going to have a lot of our core members because it's PvP. I mean, there's no non-PvP.
Yeah, sandbox PvP right there,
I mean,
man.
I
Open
told you,
world,
I've been
everything.
I've been talking to Godmacher about this a lot, and I'm happy going into the game knowing that if I don't, take care of my stuff, my house could be burnt down when I log back in. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Or
just-
don't piss
it's
anybody
part of
off.
the game. It's part of the
Well,
game.
well, they do
Building
have
a
the
city
whole.
that your group contains.
They have the whole like jailing system, so
Yes.
maybe that might have some
Yeah.
control on it. But you know, like Eve does the same type of thing, but they have like safe zones. You know what I'm saying? Like safe.
Yeah.
I forgot safe space
I
or
think they do. It sounds like Arcade does. I mean, I don't want to speak out of line, but I'm pretty sure. I think they have save zones. I mean, and then there's an open PvP area, and I think you can build in either of them, in certain designated areas.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
I,
I can't. I'm gonna try it. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna love it, but I will try it.
I want a
And the
PvP server now.
then the first time my ship or my house gets burnt down, I'm quitting. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'll be crying.
And remember, sandbox means slow gameplay. You know, it's gonna take
That's
some
cool.
time to build stuff and
But
whatnot.
we know they have raids, and they've got big siege combat, and the PvP is obviously there,
Yep.
and castle sieges and that kind of, and world bosses that we've seen some of the videos, and
The
yeah, it looks
glider
pretty good.
thing looked really cool.
Yeah, it does.
The glider looked awesome. I definitely want to try that. That was so cool looking.
Another game that again they released some information I think in the last week was the Repopulation. I think I'm the only one who's tracking this game because it's listed as a hardcore sandbox, and it's also listed as having the closest crafting system to the Star Wars Galaxy's old system. That they released a bunch of information, and the economy will be completely player driven, and that crafting basically players are you're gonna collect the ore and the goodies and stuff, and basically if I'm making iron ore and Dimos is making iron ore, our iron ore is not going to be equal unless we put the exact same ingredients in it. I mean, the iron bars won't be the same. I could actually take my iron ore and then add in some chemicals and stuff that I've gathered or broken down from plants or whatever to make mine stronger, to make it iron for armor, changing
Really?
the stats on basically, and then Dimos could take his iron and make it more malleable to make it better for weapons based on what you put in it. So iron bars are not the same, and it's the whole crafting system. And then what you do is you're going to basically have sockets and fittings, and so your main weapon, like you make a basic 9mm using it's a sci-fi kind of thing. You make a basic 9mm pistol, or whatever, and it has basic stats, and it has 3 sockets on it. So then whatever you craft and put on it changes the weapon. You can put a scope on it, a laser sight, or
Cool.
increased magazine changes the weapon. So not all 9mm is the same, or weapons. I'd say 9mm, whatever, is not the same. And then there's nothing you can buy in the game, at least that we know of now. So it's player driven. So these weapons and armor and tools and stuff go up on the auction house or whatever system they have, and that's what you get, what the players make. And if
That's
you're
cool.
the badass, the mogul of the crafting world controlling, I mean, you can do that. You can play the game for the crafting. And there are no levels, so you're not level blocked. You're crafting blocked. I mean, the more you craft, the better you get, so it's kind of cool. So, how about Saga of Heroes or Vanguard Harbor? Anything new on that one?
Yeah, they actually they have reworked their free to play model, so they've increased the number of characters that players can have, and they opened up more guild functions and housing, and removed the money cap. So
That's
they're
really-
also trying to make that game.
So tempted to download it again.
It
I
is.
loved it. Oh, it was so fun when we were doing that
That's
for a
one of
little
the
I don't play
while.
everything anymore.
That's one of the things about the like EverQuest 2 and when Vanguard first came out free to play that I hated because they were very limiting. But the thing is, with this new model, I was looking at the difference between subscription and the free to play, and there's nothing really that different at all.
Yeah.
Not even
Yeah, it doesn't look that bad at
bank
all.
space for nothing. So it's pretty tight.
Very nice. So let's see what was going on this week in Tempest.
Well, we've had a sorry.
This week in Tempest.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so we've had a pretty crazy busy week this week in Guild Wars. We started seeing a lot of returning players this week. It was nice to see. First night, actually, they both were actually in. Aki and Yorn came into Twilight Arbor with us, and we completed Explorable Twilight Arbor, another path. Yep. So we're steadily working on that whole Dungeon Master achievement for most people. So it's getting there. We returned to World v. World on Friday night for the first time in like 3 months, and we had a little more than 2 groups out there fighting big rivals.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. knocked out my monthly achievement all in one night. It's pretty good. Saturday night, 8 of us, over the course of time, it was about 8 that started doing the jumping puzzles because, again, that's a monthly achievement to do too. And that was a lot of fun. Got to see a lot of stuff that I never came across when I was in the lower level zone. So it was pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. And then, right after that, we stayed up till like 2 o'clock in the morning. About 8 of us went into structure PvP together, and that was a lot of fun. That was really good. And then Sunday night, we had a group that we had scheduled Citadel of Flame explorable run, and then somebody asked if they could get their story mode complete in Catechist Manor. So we had a group do COF, and then we had a group in CM, and then we followed the CM story with CM explorable. So it's a busy week.
Very nice, very nice. Well, and wow, the Tempest raid team finally selected our name. It's on the website. They voted, and then so we're going with that. It was not what I chose, but I go with the vote, and it was overwhelmingly chosen or overwhelmingly voted that we would be named Vodka and Deviled Eggs.
So what's
Yeah.
the story behind that?
The
Well-
breakfast of champions, yeah.
Well, we were talking about it was when we were in between a pull, and I think it was on Monday. Let's past Monday night. We were kind of tired and slap happy, and we are talking about getting drunk and like what's really good when you're drinking. And so Airhammer said, "Ooh, I love vodka and deviled eggs," and we were like, "Ew, that's so gross." And then I was like,
Yeah.
"That's
And
the
it's
name. That's the name."
Yep.
So we put a poll up, and voila, we're vodka and
Yep.
deviled eggs.
That is
So
it. And I mean, it pays off. I think we selected our name. I got the logo up on the website now. It's there.
I
for
love
all
that,
our
by the
skills. I can
way.
throw it on there. But we ripped through raiding this week. We went into Mogashan Vaults on Tuesday night, and in 2 hours killed everything. I think we one-shot all but one boss, and that one boss was just a stupid mistake.
And that was for
And-
bringing new people, right?
Yeah, we took 3 new raiders in, I think, or
Cool.
2 new raiders in.
Cool.
So, I mean, it's their second raid, so it's still considered new raiders.
Mm-hmm.
But took them in there and just ripped through every single boss. One shot at Elegon, one shot at Will of the Emperor, which is, if you one shot Elegon, you should do that. But it was pretty, and not only that, I think we one shot Elegon and everyone lived, so it was pretty good.
Nice.
yeah. And then oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I said, then we jumped over to back into Heart of Fear and one shot Imperial Vizier Zorlok, the first boss in Heart of Fear. And then we spent an hour on Tuesday and 3 hours on Thursday, basically working in Heart of Fear and working on that boss. Well, I mean, it's raid progression, we're working on this boss. And it was actually pretty good. I think we got the boss down back to back when we finished the night, back to back 10% wipes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically the last transition phase that you got to make it through. And if we had a couple more people, probably about 3 or 4 more people up there, we probably would have made it. So it's pretty good. I think some tweaking, and then we're going to be in there tonight, probably right after the podcast. I think we're supposed to be heading back in tonight. I think he's going to drop soon. Once we get on, then we get fun. We get to play with the big giant bug, Carolon. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm kind of dreading that because that makes Greer cry like a little baby in LFR. So when we're actually trying to kill this thing
it's
live,
a whole different fight in
I know.
because I mean
It's gonna be even
LFR,
more.
They put these the baby training wheels on, and it's like, okay, do this, and you get through the fight. And when looking at the videos and the strats for the real, it's like, oh yeah, there's no.
That's what I'm
keep the
saying.
pheromones and tank it all myself because I'm good at. No, hell no, you're gonna do it.
no.
3 people are gonna do it. You're gonna rotate through. Every time you switch pheromones, he's gonna crush. Healers are gonna be overwhelmed. It's just it's fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and
So
we also have we switched out some people, and Airhammer, he's now playing pneumatic, his DK, and he's tanking. Going to be tanking. Big has shifted from his warrior to his shaman, and he's been doing both healing and elemental, spec elemental. So, I mean, it's great to have the versatility that we have with our raid team. So,
how about the luckiest player in the guild this week? Who would that be?
Santir.
As a tank over to the Warlock, and picked up 3 tier pieces out of looking for raid this week, in addition to a bunch of others drops that you got.
In about 4 hours time, he
in
had
about
3
4
pieces.
hours time, he's
Wow.
fully set, really ready, geared to
Yeah.
get in with us into whatever raid
So-
we're raiding. So yeah, it should be good. This week we had Planetside Night scheduled, and I think we just didn't do a good job getting the word out. I logged in at one point, Big logged in at one point. and there was nobody on from the outfit at all. Just a little more advertising, I think. But so I hop back over to WoW, and it was a big thing for me.
Cool.
What about new stuff this week in Tempest?
Yeah, we had a few new members join us this week. Renee, Ethereal, Tickleman, Zidane, and Kayaba. They welcome to Tempest, everyone. And
Definitely welcome.
definitely. Also, Dan, who is known as Dynot in game, Zidane, Tickleman, and Renee have all completed their 100% world achievements.
Very
So
nice.
they got the
that's
award.
so awesome. Congrats, people.
Yep. And then Tickleman and Zidane also have completed all the jumping puzzles too, so they got the Jump Master Award.
Wow.
And of course, Greer made an appearance this week for 2 nights.
I saw him up in TeamSpeak up in your channel.
Yeah, so
I saw him get the award.
he let us know that he had the Gladiator rank, and apparently he had it before the awards were made. So
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
belated grats.
Yeah, that was good. All right,
Yeah,
tip of the week. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Harper.
Oh, I was going to say I'm probably going to jump into Guild Wars 2 sometime. When are you going to do the World v World night, or do you have one
Friday.
set up?
It's on
Okay.
Friday.
Don't laugh at me,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I keep saying that too, and I just don't have the time. But what I need to do is I need to get with Dimos and or actually I should get with the Jump Masters, because I told them I had I did have a blast when I did the Winter Fest or Winter Veil. Is it Winter Veil or Winter Fest?
Yeah, Winter's Day.
Winter's Day. When I
Be
did the
official.
Winter's Day jumping puzzle, I had a blast, and I love doing jumping puzzles. It's a great thing to do.
Oh yeah.
I need to get with whoever our jump masters are and find out how long it takes to learn them. So I know this one's like 15 minutes down to this one will take you 2 days or 3 days, whatever. Get that prioritized list so I know when I have time with my daughter that I can go, okay, it's cool. Because I love the jumping puzzles. That is more fun than than any of the other games have in that area. So I definitely want to do that
Well,
one. So.
like I said, when we were doing them on Saturday night or Sunday night, can't remember the just in the news zones. Like I said, I'd never seen them, and I've been in Azura, and I went through the whole 100% that zone. I never knew, and they have an amazing puzzle in the Azura area, and then the Sylvari area have a nice one too. It's got that timed element to it, but yeah,
That's cool. That's cool. So yeah, I definitely want to start looking at those over the next year.
that'd be cool.
So that for me, that's my 2013 one of my 2013 gaming goals. Knock those jumping puzzles out. Of course, then they're gonna have this big content patch coming up, right? And I'll be screwed because yeah. How about tip of the week?
Well, my tip of the week I learned from Scriv. So, got to give him credit for that. Upgrading blue items are cheap and necessary. I didn't think they were necessary. I knew they were cheap, but I was like, whatever. But then I did it, and it was really cheap, and I'm glad I did because I'm not going to. The loot gods have deemed me unworthy for a bracer upgrade. So, I'm okay with that. And I have owned that and upgraded my bracers. So anyways, it's cheap and easy. It costs just as points to upgrade your blue items. You only upgrade once. You don't have to do it 2 times. So go do it. If you have some blue items you've been holding on to and you don't think they're going to be replaced, go ahead and upgrade them because you never know. Probably the next time you log in, you'll get something to replace it. So it may even give you good luck.
Very nice.
So,
very nice.
Yeah.
How
Cool.
about you, Damos?
All right. Well, I just wanted to put a little note here that, in the last 6 months, Guild Wars has been out. They've had basically monthly updates, and they've changed a lot of things, and they've kind of put in some of the things that some people might have been looking for. So I'm just saying that, if you haven't been on in a while, definitely check it out and see what's going on. Hop in the game, see if you can participate in one of our guild events or whatnot. And there's a lot of content that you've missed if you haven't been here in 6 months. So definitely check it out.
Very nice. Now my tip again this week. I gotta get my hat.
Uh-oh.
Pet battles. Pet battles. Now, talking about pet battles, they recently changed. What? You don't like my pet battle hat?
I love it.
So they recently changed the pet battles so that your level 25 pets no longer leech experience off your lower level pets. What this allows you to do is to quickly level up other pets. And there are achievements for leveling a certain number of pets to level 10, a certain number of pets to 15, and a certain number of pets to 25, and then including each of the different families. So what you can do now is you can take your level 1 pet and you can take a hit for at least one hit from even up to a level 7 or a level 8 pet. You put him as your first pet, to go in and then put two 25s behind him, whatever. Go into the pet battle against the level 7 or 8 pet. Go in there, do an attack. He'll probably miss, dodge, whatever. And then pull him out, switch him for the 25 who's going to crush the level 7 pet. And the level 1 pet will immediately jump to level 4 at the end for getting the full experience. And you can do that all the way up. So once you get them to about level 5 or 6, of course, they can take a hit from a level 6, 7, 8 levels above them, and you just continue leveling your pets up there. It's a faster way of getting all your pets up to 25 or as high as you want. And you need them to be up to 25 because you got to have some versatility to, one, complete the achievement, and I think I'm the only one in the guild who's done this, to complete the achievement of beating all the tamers in WoW. And when you do that, you get the title Tamer. I think you get the title Tamer, and you also, the reward is 3,000 gold.
Wow.
So, it was a pretty good reward.
Wow.
So you can do that. So
I wish I had that in Guild Wars.
Pet taming?
No. 3,000 gold.
3,000 gold?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool. Wow, that'd be a lot, yeah. So, any last thoughts this week?
Just like to welcome all the new players to our community. Keep them coming, and we hope you feel welcome. And yeah.
Anything big out of the chat room?
Everyone loves your hat, and Greer is crying because I said mean things about him. So,
Aw, poor Greer.
just kidding.
Okay. All right, well, I'd like to thank you all for joining us tonight. You can leave any feedback on our website, tempestgamecast.com. Send an email to tempestgamecast@gmail.com. And you can follow us on Twitter @TempestGamecast. If you're interested in joining the Tempest Gaming community, visit tempestguild.us. Our recruiting videos are hosted on YouTube on our channel, Tempest Game Community. And next week, I should have the finishing music screen up, so all this stuff will be up there so you can see what I'm talking about for the end, closing and outro song or whatever. So we've enjoyed it. I think we got a little bit better this week. Of course, I'll look at it tonight. And it's been a great week, and I look forward to being back next week.
Thanks,
Definitely.
guys, for hanging in there and participating. We love it. We had 9 people in the chat room.
Ooh, very nice. Very nice.
I know.
Until morning come, we know where the party day. When me there with you, dime que te falta. Throw your hands in the air, mano arriba salta. When me there with you, dime que te falta. Throw your hands in the air, mano arriba salta.
Rápido, nítido, eso me dicen al charlar. Hábil con mi ritmo, eso me dicen al follar. Baby, bate girl, estoy listo para hacer tu más. Pero hands up, baby, coming hands up. Put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Todo el mundo mano arriba, ya llegó el road boy. Put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Todo el mundo mano arriba, ya llegó el road boy. Baby, está rica, mami, solita, tu cinturita. Yo la quiero coger. Tica, tu mamacita, estás bien loquita. Y nos vamos pa'l motel. Rica, mami, solita, tu cinturita. Yo la quiero coger. Tica, tu mamacita, estás bien loquita. Y nos vamos pa'l motel.
España girl can sing ragamuffin. Well, John Black say me wanna tell you something. She said España girl can sing dancehall. Me shoulders are like bullets, say uno know nothing at all. What them I want, shout yeah. Them I want, them I want school yeah. What them I want, chat yeah. Them I want, them I want roll yeah. Hands in the air. Check it, listen up. This one I feel the freaky girl, them they hear who I feel broke. See me wanna see me like that. That's right, like that. So a little bit of the air. All the girls them want feel broke up.